Hey guys, so today I spent all day working for my lake house as a software engineer. So a little bit about me, I work as a full stack software engineer at a little company called CTech ERP. I've been working for them for about 3 years now, and I can honestly say it's one of the best experiences I've ever had. If you've ever thought about going into software engineering, I personally think it is completely worth it. Software engineering is one of the most fun things you can do if you really enjoy freedom, creativity, and collaboration. So personally, I came from a sales background, and in a sales background, essentially it is competition, competition, competition in all the areas you are working, right? So you're going to go, I'm going to one, compete to get the customer. Two, I'm going to compete with the uh, the surrounding employees to get those customers. And three, I'm going to compete with myself each and every month because everything keeps resetting. So for me personally, I didn't like the resetting and the losing merit that comes with the sales background, right? And I personally felt like becoming a software engineer really made a lot of sense for me because I knew how to do computers, I understood video games, and it sounds silly, but having the ability to understand video games and just look at a screen for a long period of time, you can do so much with that particular skill. uh, the reason I say that is because when you play video games, you're like, I gotta figure it out. I just have to figure it out. And it's like I'm gonna come back to it again and again and again until I figure it out. And that particular skill translates really well into programming. And then on top of it, you learn to Google cheat codes, and you learn to or you learn to get books on cheat codes if you're as old as I am, or you learn to Google cheat codes, or you learn to go on YouTube and look for the answers. And if you can cultivate those skills, those particular skills have a really serious impact on your ability to do programming. And that's why I jumped into it. Because I'm at my lake house and I don't work in an office. I work for a company out of Austin, and I just kind of hang out. I just kind of do my own thing. Um, so here's my sweet little computer I just bought. It was a $3,000 computer. Highly recommended. Um, and I'm just chilling at my lake house. So here's a little bit about my job. I am a full stack engineer, and what that means if you're coming from sales is that means that you essentially work on the user interface. So whenever you pull up a website, so I personally work on websites in particular, ERP websites. So that's a bit deeper. But as an overview, when you pull up a website, uh, the screen is the UI, and then that UI talks to a server, and then that server goes to a database of some kind, right? At some sort of IP address at some sort of URL. And I handle everything from the front end, so meaning the customer who gets on the computer and opens up and it goes to the website. I handle them all the way down to the back end, and that meaning how we handle data from the database. Like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years. Some of my weakest areas, I don't think a lot of people talk about this, but some of my weakest areas are actually the front end. I learned specifically MVC frameworks, the model view and the controller framework, and some of my goals. So I've been doing this for 3 years now. Some of my goals are just to continue to get better at the front end. I'm a pretty hardcore back-end designer, and I do a lot of DevOps, do a lot of database management, do a lot of controller. So if you're an MVC model, do a lot of controller stuff. We work primarily in Perl. I know it's silly, but Perl, Go, JavaScript, React. We do jQuery, and a little bit of Python, a little bit of Bash, MySQL or MariaDB, and that's about it. Those are the main languages we spend our time in. So another one of my goals that I'm trying to do is get into the machine learning. I've read several books of machine learning, and I feel like machine learning is one of those areas that could take these concepts that are pretty simple with a front end or back end developer, and all the areas that you're weak in, the machine learning can pick it up, right? So I've been using GitHub Copilot now since it started. Been trying to use it every day, and I can honestly say it's not perfect, but it definitely does a couple of things that I would have never thought uh, a machine algorithm could do, right? And that has got me completely interested. So I don't know, my goal here recently has been, how do I improve my front end skills, and on top of that improve my machine learning skills? Because the company I work for, that the front end paradigm exists, but the machine learning paradigm doesn't. As a software engineer, if going from sales, you essentially need to have the learning mindset, and that is one thing that I feel like video games does a really good job of giving to you. And if you can cultivate that learning mindset, this is 100% the route for you. So this random video, I just want to talk about it. Check out a couple of my other videos if you want to learn a little bit more about me and what I've been trying to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.